She's my everything. She's a little bit old and rough around the edges, but we've been through a lot together. She's always by my side. She's there when I'm down, amuses me when I'm bored, and always gives me the best advice. I depend on her, and I'd be absolutely lost without her. Meet my best friend.
Hello there. Nice to meet you.
We're inseparable, and we go everywhere together. Well, almost everywhere. There's one place that I won't let her join me. The most private of private spaces, the bathroom. With the highest rates of bacteria than any other room and airborne particles of you know what, I'm yet to be convinced that bathrooms are places that mobile phones belong. Although with a rise in technological dependency and smartphone addiction in society, I think there are many people that would disagree with me. Have you ever noticed Facebook statuses like these ones? Why are their phones there, with them, in the bathroom in the first place? It would be nice to think that they slipped from loose back pockets rather than germ-infested hands, but I think that's rarely the case. So I took to Facebook to find out more, asking 50 of my closest friends to complete my online survey to divulge their behaviours and attitudes towards media consumption in that same, very familiar room. And it turns out it wasn't the loose pockets after all. Here's what I found. Do they use their phones whilst on the toilet on a regular occasion? 78% said yes, 22% said no. Of those that answered yes, what did they get up to in there? 94% social media, 82% said SMS, 38% said gaming, 12% made phone calls, and 10% were web browsing. And what about the guys? Do they ever sit down to urinate so that they are hands-free for media use? 1/4 of them said yes, and the other 3/4 said no. Well, enough said. So what do the non-users think of this media consumption in the bathroom? And what do the offenders say? With television screens popping up above urinals and wash basins, and even smartphone applications that let you check in and track exactly where and when you poop, it's a clear indicator that this behaviour in the bathroom is becoming increasingly acceptable in a media-filled society. Smartphone use is said to be diminishing public space by disconnecting people's presence and transporting them into their own private spheres where they're connected elsewhere through social media and conversation. With smartphones practically becoming extensions of our beings, we can also begin to see the opposite occurring, the transformation of private space into a public arena. Smartphones disconnect us from reality, and they transport us to entirely different spaces. Our most private of private spaces are now publicly connected on so many new levels, and it's where this media takes us to that begins to tell a story. Do we now reside in such a time-scarce and media-reliant society that even the most private room in the house is no longer just that? Will we soon be holding conference calls from the comfort of the throne? And will this behaviour become entirely socially acceptable? I feel that we need to draw the moral line somewhere. When we've got to go, our smartphones shouldn't come along with us. Think about it. And I wouldn't be borrowing anyone's phone either.